But moving on to Ondo State, it's going to be a showdown on Saturday. 16 candidates are vying to get the ticket of the party, including the incumbent governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, and 15 others. 2 women are in the race, as well as 14 men, and they are vying for that particular office. Let's take a listen to a few things that have been happening in Ondo State.
The local government tour begins in Ore, in Odigbo local government area, where the governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, arrives to a crowd of supporters. He then moves to Okitikpukwa in Okitikpukwa local government area, where Governor Ayedatiwa urges his opponents to support his candidature, as some party faithful are firmly in support of his aspiration.
All our party members in their thousands, they have come out to receive me, and they don't even buy the songs, but because of the love, the commitment and the loyalty they have for our party, this government and myself, they have come out in a great number to demonstrate their support, and they have made that resolve that come Saturday, they will all come out in a number that is larger than this to stand behind me, to cast their vote for me to be returned as the candidate of our great party.
Next is the local government area of the governor, Ilaje, where Mr. Ayedatiwa gets a warm welcome as supporters testify to his credibility and acceptability.
Who of the local government have decided to follow our governor to continue the good work he has started for the past few months that he took over the reign of leadership of Ondo State. And so far so good. With the crowd here, you can attest to the fact that the people of the local government have concluded to follow Lucky Ayedatiwa.
We want peace to continue in Ondo State. We want a state that will continue to develop, and we know he's a man that has the capacity, because over the years, he has proven to have the capacity and the capability to unite all parts of the party and the state, different leaders at different areas of the state together to foster development in the state. So that's why if you look around, you see that his trajectory in politics and in administration has earned him this much appreciation by everybody. You can see all the leaders across board, across state, across local government, across different groups. They have come to show solidarity and support.
Uncommon capacity, robust capacity to govern the state. So that's why we are rooting for him. And we are sure he will win by 6 slides.
The governor is set to continue his tour in other riverine areas of Ondo State.
Well, so that was basically Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa touring. Just about a few more days. Today is Wednesday, so they have today, tomorrow, and Friday. And then there will be that showdown on Saturday. So we'll get a party's ticket to run for the governorship seat come November in Ondo State. Let's also, another candidate, Ibrahim, he's been speaking. Let's take a listen.
In his aspiration to become the next governor of Ondo State, Senator Ibrahim has taken his Asheyori movement tour to the 203 political wards in the state. In order to gather party members' votes for Saturday's primary election, he is visiting the final 2 local government areas, Idori and Akure South, as the campaign gradually draws to a close.
This is number 1 to 36.
It's a massive crowd as supporters turn out to receive Senator Ibrahim and his team from members of the Asheyori movement, who are registered members of the APC from all wards in both local government areas being toured. Senator Ibrahim reiterates his desire to win the election while assuring the people of Ondo State of good governance through emphasis on job creation, poverty reduction, infrastructure development, and general public welfare.
The Renew Hope agenda were packaged to the people of Ondo State that trigger infrastructure development, reduction of poverty, and then of course return the school back to boarding house, create social discipline, and ensure that social policy are ensuring that the youth have job. That's the most important thing. And make sure that you work on the area of welfareism.
These political associates of Senator Ibrahim attest to his qualification for the job.
Senator Ibrahim will emerge as the governor of Ondo State, as the candidate of the party on Saturday, because he has done a lot of work, and the work that he has been doing really touched the grassroots of the party. He has been going around all the 203 wards and even getting to the units by ensuring that members of the party are encouraged, are empowered, right from the unit level to the ward level and to the local government.
Ibrahim has become a phenomenon everywhere. And like these guys in MTN will say, everywhere you go, you show the impact, you see the image, and everybody now has a better understanding of his personality and his worth. I'm saying that very carefully. He was an individual that was very well misunderstood in Ondo State.
Well, they are not the only ones. My producer will likely put up this for us. I told you there are about 16 of them. Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, we have Isaac Kekemeke, Lusoji Ehinlao, Olubenga Edema, Senator Jimo Ibrahim, Fumilayo Adekojo, Akin Folarin Samuel, Adewale Akinterewa, Olushola Oke, Ohun Felix, Morayo Lebi, Gavi, Yonjon, Dayo, Fadiyule, Judith, Omogoroye, Ifeoluwa Yedele, and Okunjimi John. So these are all the gentlemen and ladies trying to get that job of governor of Ondo State come November. But they will have to cross the first hurdle on Saturday, which is the primary of the APC. We've been joined on the program to a very short conversation by a former governorship aspirant on Ondo State and a pro-chancellor at Dekunle Adjacent University, Dr. Tunji Abayomi. Dr. Abayomi, thank you so much for coming on the program at short notice.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me.
Let's begin with the basics. I think I have like 2-3 quick questions to throw at you within the time we have. But do you see a level playing ground for all of the candidates on Saturday, given the fact that an incumbent is in the mix?
Yes. There's going to be a level playing ground. The incumbent had a very limited time to divert the tide of politics. So he's forced, in a sense, to compete like all the other aspirants to that extent. And some of these other aspirants, as you are well aware, are well entrenched in the politics of Ondo State. So I expect a level playing ground.
Some have said some are pretenders, some are the contenders, all kinds of appellations to describe all of this. In your assessment, I know this is a very, it's almost like a mischievous question. In terms of percentage, how many pretenders and contenders do you think we see in this race? With all sense of respect.
I think you forget to add attenders too. There are contenders, there are pretenders, there are attenders. So it's quite interesting, in particular, coming immediately after the death of Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu. Well, I think the development will push up some interesting changes in the state, in my view. Because we are really focusing now on just one party, and that is APC. But we must also remember there are lots of other contenders in the other political parties. So at the end of it all, we may have up to 30 or close to 30 aspirants for one single political office in Ondo State. It's an unprecedented development, really. I didn't know Ondo State is so is of vast interest to her citizens for purposes of government.
All right. I know you've been in this before, so I need your take. I'm sure they are all listening as to what job is ahead of them. Any of them, it was within their constitutional rights to be elected. So any of these gentlemen within the APC, which is the focus right now, because there are other parties, as you mentioned, but we're talking the APC now.
Yes.
What do you
Yes.
think is a job ahead of them that they should begin to think deeply on? Because when I looked at the MBS data showing the debt burden on the state, about $80 million in debt, external debt, and about 71 billion in domestic debt. So given just that basic, what do you think is ahead for anyone who wants to run Ondo State as governor?
The development, the principal challenge for our people is the development of the economy, such that the aspirations of our children in particular, can be met. That's number one. Education has always occupied a position of paramountcy in Ondo State. As you are well aware, when you're talking of free education, it actually began in Ondo State with the great Chief Obafemi Awolowo. And then when you leave all of that, you are talking of there are some ideas or ideals that were left by the last governor. For example, the development of mineral, the development of coastal commerce in Ondo State, agriculture, raising agriculture. These are all areas that our parents, our fathers considered very vital for evolution of the great society in Ondo State. So these are the challenges that I think whosoever becomes the next governor would have to deal with.
And on a final note, do you see the APC having a good chance in this particular election?
Well, I think all the other parties are dead. The other parties are actually dead in Ondo State. That's the truth.
I don't think they will agree with you.
Well, they don't, but the truth of the matter is that apart from their low rate, it's like, I mean, the smallest is next to nothing, really. I mean, if you look at the other parties, the only party that perhaps can raise its head is PDP, but it has incredible internal problems that's facing it. So if as a whole, it's not able to do much, then there's bifurcation. Then what do you have? You know, I would say you have the smallest that is next to nothing. So APC is going to, that's why you have so many aspirants, really.
Oh, okay. Dr. Abayomi, can you hear me?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, I needed to land on your thought because we're totally out of time.
Okay, thank you. I was only saying it's an irrebuttable presumption that APC is going to produce the next governor for Ondo State.
I must thank you so much, Dr. Tunji Abayomi, former governorship aspirant in Ondo State, Pro-Chancellor at Adekunle Ajasin University, for your insights on the program. Well, they say politics is a game. Never count anybody out because 24 hours things can change. You may never know. But which the party the best? And every contender in every party the very best. Thank you, sir, for coming on the program.
Well, we are looking for channels to come to Ondo State, to establish a strong presence in Ondo State. Thank you.
We'll be more than glad to do that. We'll be more than glad.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Thank you.